Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to look at Google Documents, which is part of Google's Google Drive applications. In order to access Google Docs, we will start from the Google Classroom site that we have set up, Computers for Kids, Fall 2017. The first thing we're going to want to do is click over here on the waffle looking icon. Click on that, and that is going to open up a number of different options, including your mail, docs, sheets, slides, sites, classroom, and a few others. Today we're specifically going to look at Google Docs. So I'm going to ask that you click on that, and that will open up a new Google document. Actually, it's going to give you some choices first. So you can see some recent files that I have open here. You can also see some templates up top here. But we're going to start with a blank document today. So just click on the plus sign, and that will open up a new Google Doc. You can see that there's a fair number of icons here. And we'll go through some of these in order to give you a better idea. First thing we're going to do, though, is click on Untitled Document, and we are going to give that a name. Today we're going to call that Google Docs Practice. Okay. Of course, you could give it any file name. It's important that you give your Google Documents a file name that is easily recognizable so that you can find the file if you're looking for it. It helps if it's related to the content of the document. When you get more and more Google Docs, you may need to search for them, and having a good name there will make it easier. So we're going to look at a variety of the tools that exist in Google Docs. We'll start over here. This is what we would call the toolbar. Okay, and the first thing we're going to look at is just the fonts here. So I'm just going to type the word hello, and you can see this is a font called Arial. It's size 11 and has no other features attached to it. I'm just going to pick a new line here and show you that there are a number of options available for fonts, and you can see this is the list that I have. But if you do click on more fonts, you can access some more as well. So I will just pick this font called Shadows into Light and type goodbye, and you can see that there's a different font there. Just going to switch back. Some of the most common fonts, Times New Roman, Georgia, and Arial are probably the most common fonts that get used. If I'm not mistaken, Calibri and Cambria are default fonts depending on what program you're using. So I'm just going to switch back, and we're going to go to Times New Roman. Again, that's a common font. And just type the question, how are you today? And show you that we can also change the font size. 11 and 12 are pretty standard font sizes. We can go up all the way to, for example, 18. And it can get larger and larger. The B here represents a bold. So we can click that. And you can see, compared to I Am Well, which is a size 18 font, this is a bolded 18 Times New Roman font, and it is significantly stands out. We then have italicized next to that. And you can see that gives it a slanted look. It's good in, depending on the circumstances. You'll use that in a variety of different places. We then have underlined, good for titles. And just in order to show you the differences here, I'll just type in bold there. If you want to change what a font looks like, you can select it and then start making changes to it here. So underlined, italicized, bold. And you can have multiple characteristics to a single font. I'm just going to color this font up. And so we have some text. I can go red, I can go blue, and I can go pink here. Again, there's multiple colors. We also have the option of highlighting text. So here is pink writing in a yellow background. I would just let you know, it is important not to go crazy when you have all of these options. I know as kids, you often want to make things look really, really bright and fancy, but it is quite distracting, especially if you're submitting assignments that way. If you were to write an assignment, for example, in a dark blue or one of these dark blue colors down here, that's perfectly acceptable if you maintain that throughout. But if you're switching colors, every sentence, every word, every paragraph, it can get quite distracting. I want to use these colors in order to help just have things stand out that are important, or that sort of thing. Okay, so again, I would stay away from that. I'm just going to color this so that we can see that we can do that. We'll go with this blue color here. There are a few other things we can do as well that I'll just point out. We have the ability to center text. Okay, and great for titles. And we can also put things on the left. Pardon me, this is right justified. Getting my left and right mixed up there. So this is called right justified, and this is really good if you are for a date. You might put a date in the corner of the document, so that might go there. And just to show you, this is left justified. Okay. Moving down, so we have some options. There's also something called just justify. This is a block justified. If I had a full paragraph of text, this would actually make the text square. You see this often in newspapers where there's columns of writing, so that's what that would be. We have some line spacing here. We can change things from 1.15, single spaced, 1.5, and double spaced. We often see some of these used in academic writing. We then have the ability to use numbered bullets. So depending on what you're doing, if you're making a list, this would be a numbered list. You can use these here. I'll just show you quickly what that might look like. So if I want to, my favorite hockey teams, I know we're getting ready for favorite team day. So we'll go favorite teams, not hockey teams today. And I can make number 1, definitely the Oilers. Number 2, we will say the Eskimos. And number 3, we'll say the Blue Jays. Whoops. The Blue Jays. So as you can see there, it's going to list them 1, 2, and 3. My favorite movies. And we're onto a new page. But here, these are called, these are bullets. So this is a bulleted list. And Top Gun is one of my favorite. And let's see what else. Oh, my kids really like this movie. I'll put this one. It's Disney classic, Tangled. And they also will stick with the Disney movies. I have 5 girls, so they also like the movie Enchanted. So you can see this is what we would call a bulleted list. Okay. And finally, depending on what you're doing, sometimes you'll want to move things, and we can increase the indent of that. And if you're doing that with bullets, it's actually going to change the level of the bullet, and you can see it'll change it. So if I go pick a new one here, there's another good Disney movie. I like Cars too, so we'll put that in there. You can see that they'll stay like that. So this is a number of the features that we have in Google Docs that I'm going to want you to be able to do. So today's assignment, okay, I'm going to get rid of all of that stuff. Okay, back to the very beginning. And this is a cool little feature. You just clear formatting. I'll actually get rid of everything and bring it back to the beginning. So what I would like to see you do is actually just write me a story today. Just a little story. Can be pretty much about whatever you want. We're going to make it have a topic though, and that topic will be animals of some sort. So I just need, let's say, 100 words on the topic of animals, and I want you just to show me that you're able to use these various different icons here at the top to change what it looks like. So if there's a day we're going to be able to make things look a little bit crazy in order to show me, and I'd like you to just play with them a little bit. Let me know that you know how to use them, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with. In order to save that to the classroom, I'm going to make a new assignment for you. So I'll put that right up in here. I'll create an assignment, and I want you to try to turn that in for me. So what you can do, I'll create that assignment, and you'll see that it's got something similar to this, but it'll be like a Google Doc. You're going to click on that, and that will actually start your Google Doc for you as well. Remember that we can use this waffle icon and select Docs in order to go in. Good luck. If you have any questions, please ask the substitute teacher that's in today, and I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you, I'll see you on Wednesday, but I'll see you in computer class next week. Have a great day, guys, and good luck.